It is my honour to introduce our graduation speaker for this evening's ceremony. Please join me in welcoming Ted Lee to the lectern to deliver the graduation address.
November 2020, I'm in my second final semester of university, and for the past grueling 48 hours, I've lived in the computer laboratory in the old engineering building 204. With too many things due in too little time, a power on, surviving on 2 hours of sleep, 3 monsters, and a diet of kebabs. The clock is ticking, with my progress report due at 11:59 p.m. A wave of relief hits me as I finally click submit at 11:58. The common university experience. Class of 2023, gone are the days of too many all-nighters. I raise an imaginary glass to all of you and say congratulations on officially graduating. Another commonality we all share is that by now, all of us have been asked, why did you study engineering? Why did you study science? Why did you choose to study what you chose to study? But with a 50+% dropout rate, I always thought to myself a better question is, why did you stay in it? And I think the answer is simple. It's purpose. But don't get me wrong, the next 5 minutes isn't about changing the world or anything that dramatic. It's about your unique purpose. What will give you the highest of highs and help you get through the lowest of lows. My purpose started forming in second year. One day I was sitting in T.L. Robertson Library, head in my hands, thinking to myself, man, what am I doing with my life? As you do. An opportunity comes up to travel to Cambodia for an humanitarian engineering trip with other engineering students from around Australia. So off we go as naive young adults thinking to ourselves, yeah, let's go change the world. We fly to Cambodia and eventually take a boat to one of the rural villages along the Mekong River. They had no running water, limited electricity, but what they did have though was mobile data. Priorities, am I right? We were asked to design something for our village hosts, something to improve their lives. We racked our brains and we couldn't come up with a single answer. By now, it was getting towards the end of the trip and we had to come up with something in fast. One day, our team of 4, we walked to the local village primary school. There's metal bars on the windows and there's no door. Primary school kids are sat at the desk and now these 4 foreigners were the teachers. So we asked our newfound students, what do you want to do for a living? And 6 out of 8 of them said, I want to be a primary school teacher. And we thought, that's odd. How does 6 out of 8 of you want to be a primary school teacher? And then we asked them, if you could do something else, but to earn more money doing it, would you do it? And they said, yes. But they didn't know what this was. Primary school teachers were all that they've been exposed to. Aha! There was our idea. There was our issue to solve. To show these kids the opportunities they had in the future, and also the pathways to get there. We created a set of posters and went something along the lines of, if you care about things, you enjoy studying math and science, then you should be, well, you all know, engineer or scientist. 2 days later, we're standing at the front of a large room, 80 people in the audience and the villagers are front and center. It was presentation time. We present. Come question time, this little Cambodian grandmother, she puts up her hand and she says, I really want my children to have this. That, to this day, is one of my most happiest memories. For the first time in my life, I felt as if I made an impact. And there it was, purpose. I want everyone here to take a moment. Remember the best moments from your degree, whether having a beer with mates after the last exam of the semester, or never having to see those group members of that one group assignment, or being here today with your family and friends. What are your Northern Stars that have made the past 4+ years worth it? What will guide you when you hit rock bottom? My rock bottom was 2 years ago. I was in my final semester of university. The autumn morning began like any other 20-degree day. I hop onto my motorcycle, make my way to uni. In a freak accident, I collided with the back of a car, land on the road, and the back wheel of a truck crushed my body. I was given a 2% chance of survival. I spent 1.5 months in ICU. I've gone through 30 surgeries every Monday and Thursday. I spent 9 months in hospital. Life as I knew it was gone. I was paralyzed from the waist down, couldn't move my legs, barely my body. And that was the least of my health issues. It's hard to describe this feeling, but if I had to do it in a few words most of us could understand, it would be, why me? All the investment I made into my future was wasted. After all, why would anyone hire me if I can't do a basic task like walk? What got me through this wasn't resilience. You don't spend 9 months in hospital saying, yeah, I'll get through this because I'm strong. It doesn't work like that. I got through this because of my family, my mum, dad, my sister Amy, beautiful fiancée Grace, and of course my friends, a lot of whom I met at university. They are my purpose, along with that little Cambodian grandmother, of course. I used to think what happened to me was the second worst possible outcome, but that's not true. I can still work, contribute to society, and be the man my 8-year-old self would be proud of. I'm extremely grateful to be able to say that I have been fortunate, and I haven't been able to say that recently. I remember one day in ICU, I was laying there on my bed every other day. One of the doctors, she comes up to the side of my bed and she says to me, and I'll never forget this, she says, "You'll never walk again." To that doctor I say, look at me now. I'm not going to pretend that many, if anyone here, has been run over by a truck. But the fact is, we all go through struggles. Life will take you apart piece by piece. But what's left? For me, all that I could think about as I lay in that hospital bed wasn't the number in the bank account, wasn't my ego, wasn't my dignity. All that was left was purpose. So what is your purpose? Remember that today as you enter the next chapter for your lives. It can be for your family, for your friends, to contribute to something greater than yourself, or just making the most damn money as possible. It doesn't matter. As long as you believe in your purpose, nothing and no one can take that away from you. In the words of Nietzsche, he who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Class of 2023, near-death experience or not, today we are all very much alive. We owe it to our friends, to our families, and to ourselves to make the most of every single moment. Thank you and congratulations again on this monumental achievement.